Hello, good afternoon, folks. This is Dr. Reddy from Seven Oaks Pet Depot, Wesley Chapel, Florida. And again, I'm on my Facebook Live today. Today, I'm going to talk about the pet food as I promised last week. And there's a lot of confusion lately with all the recalls and FDA getting involved in this pet foods. I'd like to give you some insights. I don't think I can cover everything, but just wants to make sure that you understand where I'm coming from and what my perspective is regarding the pet food. And we are located in Seven Oaks Pet Depot right now. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of pet food and pet treats and pet toys all around. So just let me see if there's any questions. All right, perfect. So first of all, the focus is on top 3 pet foods we carry at Hi, Miss Clark. I saw her joining. So we will be talking about Stellas and Chewies. Let me see if I can switch the camera here so you guys can see what I'm talking. Yep. So this is a Stellas and Chewies food in this aisle, slowly. And then the next one I would be talking about this From food, which is another great food. And the last one, the third under the top 3 tiers. I mean, we got a lot more other foods too, but this is third category. Our top 3 selling foods is Go and Now. This is another great food for your pets, so I would be covering that as well. And then you can see we have Nutrisource, Pure Vita. These are all great foods too, but I don't think we'll have time to cover that. Maybe next time we'll do that. But let's focus on right now Stellas and Chewies. And like to let you guys know that Stellas and Chewies, the food which you guys are seeing here, get it more closer. This is the dried kibbles we have, and the top one is the freeze dried. And then we do have actually a frozen too in the frozen section. I can show you that as well. Stellas and Chewies in the frozen section. You guys can see that. Let's see if I can open this. Yeah. So that's the frozen. You have nuggets, you have patties, you have all these type of frozen food section. So the story of Stellas and Chewies I'd like to share with you. The company was started in Brooklyn, New York, 2003, and the owners, the name Stellas and Chewies came because of their rescue dogs named Stella and Chewie. That's how they named the pet food. I have a question here. What are the pros of frozen food? Yeah, frozen food is pretty close to, it doesn't have any preservatives, let's put it that way. As compared to the dry food I have on the shelf, it does have some preservatives, but frozen food doesn't have any preservatives. So obviously that's more natural, healthy, and I can tell you based on my own personal experience, my dog loves frozen food, frozen Stellas and Chewies. He goes crazy for that. I have a question from Miss Miller. Is it better than Royal Canin Yorkie? Royal Canin does have a good line of products, but Royal Canin has fillers. Most of the Royal Canin diets, I don't know if there's any Royal Canin I can think of other than prescription which doesn't have a filler. And the diet we are talking here, either Stellas and Chewies or From and Go and Now, they have no fillers at all. So that's the difference between that. So some dogs can tolerate. If it's a puppy, I would always start them on this no grain diet because that is the best food you can feed. There's no grain, there's no filler. It's very close to natural food, what they would eat if they were in the wild. But if you have an older dog and you want to change the food to Stellas and Chewies or any of the grain-free diets, you have to be a little bit more careful when you're doing the transformation. So going back on the story of the Stellas and Chewies, so the people who own this brand, Stellas and Chewies, they had 2 dogs named Stella and Chewie, and that's how they came with this name. And they started in 2003, the company in Brooklyn, New York. And since then, I don't think this food has ever been recalled, to my knowledge. So they're a great family-owned company, and does a great job with their ingredients. And I like I said, I feed my dogs just the salads and chilies. I don't feed any other food. Another question: is it natural food products you carry? From Sandhya, the natural food products you carry. I'm not too sure about that question. If you could repeat again, that would be great. All right. So next brand we have here is the From, and From has been in existence from 1940s. Believe it or not, it's one of the best product available out there in the natural food section, and it is from Wisconsin. So it's again made in US product, and again this product has never been recalled. As some of you know, all these IAMS or Purina or any other brands, corporate brands I call them, have always been recalled, or some type of a recall issues they had. But these natural foods, and yes, somebody asked me, are all of the foods organic? Yes, absolutely, they're all organic, natural. Like we say, they are made of the human ingredients. They have all fresh fruits and vegetables in them. So going back again, From is since available since 1940s. They've never been recalled ever. So that's another, as far as my knowledge goes. So that's for sure, I can say that. And then the next thing we have here is still From in cans, and then we have Going Now in the shelves. And this is another product. This is a Canadian company, but again, they've been in the market for the last 20 years, and they have never been recalled either. So saying that, also this is natural, human-based ingredients are in this Go and Now diet as well. And we've been selling these foods since 2016 at Pet Depot, and the reason we carry is because I truly believe that these foods are more natural foods, and they do have less filler, so that in long term it keeps the pets very healthy. Like everybody, on the human side, we are switching to whole foods or organic foods and all that stuff, so that makes it a very easy understanding of this food if people know what I'm talking about regarding the human side. And though these companies have been out in the market for the last 20 years, a lot of people might not have heard their names or seen this brand of food because they don't spend money on advertising. They don't have the budget, the kind of advertisement you see for Purina or IAMS or any other Royal Canin or any other brands. So, and also they don't sell directly to corporates, because corporates, Petcos or PetSmarts or any other corporate wants to buy in bulk and they wants to cut a deal, and these companies cannot do that. They sell it to us or a PetSmart or Petco. They will sell it at the same cost. So corporates would not want to buy it because they want to make more profits. And here at Seven Oaks Pet Depot, that's not our intention to make more profits. We just run barely the store at no profit, no loss. Our pet foods, these, you can compare the prices. They would be cheaper than other places where you can buy them online or any place. I don't know if they even sell online, I'm not sure. But we make very less profit on the pet food because I believe in these pet foods. I want my pet owners who come to Seven Oaks Pet Hospital to feed the right food. So that's why we keep the cost low, keep the margins low, so people can afford to buy this food. And we don't carry any of those national brand foods which have fillers. So most of our shelves, when you see it, we don't have any of the we don't have those. Again, I hate to put the brand names in front of you guys. I don't want to say it out, but we don't have any. Let's say we don't have any grainy food. So we have here Taste of the Wild, which is also a great food. I love that too. Again, my dog loves it. And then we have Origin, I think that is also a really nice food. And then we have this Health Extension, that is pretty good food too. And the reason I brought up those three are, which is Stellas and Chewy's, From, and Go and Now, because they are our top three sellers, and I personally have a lot of experience with those foods. And there's a Merrick food, which is also a great food, I think. And then we do have a lot of natural treats which are made in US only, and they have natural ingredients. So when you buy any of those products here, you should be comfortable to pick anything off of the shelf, because we do a lot of research before we bring these diets onto our shelves. And again, when we started this store 5 years ago, it didn't look like this. The reason I'm saying, or the thing I'm trying to explain, is we carry products what our clients wants from us. We don't carry products, or we are not pushing the products where we make more money and dump it into clients' cars or clients' houses, or we are not making clients feed the dogs because based on the prices or based on the sale we have created. You know what I'm saying? When you walk in some pets food places where, you know, owners could be buying it in a bulk because they are getting a good deal and they put it on a sale, so clients get tempted to buy those type of a food. But we don't do that thing. Any food client says tomorrow they feed another natural food or whatever the other grain-free diet they want, and we don't carry it, we would do our own research, and we feel like this would fit what our criteria of healthy food, organic food, we will definitely carry that food. What should I look out for what should I look out for in pet foods? Bad ingredients. I mean, I don't know if I would call bad ingredients, but I would definitely call them as fillers, which is like chicken meals or any type of meal it says on there is not a good thing, or corn as a filler is not a good thing, because dogs, again, you know, in general, they're they're carnivorous animals. We have made them over the past few hundred years as omnivorous, so they're able to eat some grainy food and they're still doing fine. But in general, cats and dogs are carnivorous, and they thrive on mostly protein and fruit and vegetables is what they thrive in general if they were in wild. So that is what we would like to mimic when they are with us. Ms. Miller is asking, what is better, grain or grain-free dog food? Yes, at this point I say grain-free dog food is better. Yes, there are some anecdotal reports where dogs were linked to some heart issues with the grain-free diet, but then the FDA came back and said it's not enough evidence based on my knowledge. And 6 months ago, what I read some news articles released by FDA. So at this point, I'm going with grain-free diet as the best choice to feed your dogs. And frozen or raw food is my top choice, like Stellas and Chewy's has frozen patties, if you can do that, or a raw food. If you can, the next thing would be is freeze-dried kibbles. You can do that also. If you can do freeze-dried kibbles, then the other option is you can go for the regular dry food. So those are the diets. You can see the top one is the freeze-dried, which is pretty natural. I mean, you'll be interested. You'll be surprised to see what ingredients they have. And majority of the skin problems, ear problems I see in dogs, or obesity and all those problems will go away if you feed a lot of these natural foods or grain-free diet. And I would be able to, even when a dog comes, if two dogs I see them together next to each other, same breed, it's a lot easy to say if the dog is on a raw food or a dog is on a dry food, because the coat color, the skin color, the way the dog looks, the body condition and everything would be different when dogs are on raw food or a grain-free diet as compared to dry dog food or grainy food with grain. Yep. Thank you, Debbie, for watching. And we have a couple more questions. Let me check here. Yep, we do have these companies make the question is, do they make any treats? The Stellas and Chewies, and also going now, yes, they have their own treats as well. You can definitely get those, so when you're feeding them, you can get the similar type of treats. The other questions, do you have any sales? Yes, currently I think please check our website too, our Facebook. We do run quite a few sales on a weekly basis, and again, like I said, we keep very less margin on the food, because I feel like food is the most important part in dogs' life, where owners spend majority of their money on it. So I want them to spend very carefully, and also give them the high quality meal, so that they don't have to see us in the hospital for any upset stomachs or any skin infections or ear infections and all those things. So that's my hope. So far I've not been as successful as I would like to. For some reason I'm not able to get people agree to these type of foods. Maybe the cost is what I feel, but you have to look at as not as the price per bag. You have to look at the cost as per feeding. So when you feed grain-free food as compared to grain, just to give you an example, 100 pounds of grain-free diet, when you feed, they probably poop only 20 pounds. So that 100-pound bag might last you 2 months, let's say, for example. But same 100-pound bag, when you get with grain, they poop 50%, 50 pounds of it. So that 100-pound with grain might only last you a month. So when you compare actually per feeding, sometimes it might be that with the grain or with filler, it could be a lot more expensive than a grain-free without filler, because that's lasting you longer, because you're not feeding as much per feeding, and you're limiting, and the dog is assimilating most of it. It's not pooping it out. So when you compare per cup feeding, sometimes it might work out cheaper. So that's another way to look at the cost of the food, is per feeding, rather than just looking at 50-pound bag is costing you $100 as compared to a 50-pound bag costing you $50. You know what I'm saying? So that is another way to look at it. But if you guys have any more questions, please free to let me know, or shoot me email at 7 Oaks Pet Depot, or you guys can call at 7 Oaks Pet Depot, and we will be glad to answer any of the questions. Again, thank you so much, guys, for watching this, and we'll come back next week, probably with some more different types of foods, because like I said, we have a lot more foods to cover. I only covered 3 foods. Okay, so another question, last question I have here, Miss Miller. I have 6 Yorkies. I free feed them. I get 30-pound bag of Royal Canin for $80. So I'm not sure how much. Let me see if I can ask my associate. How expensive is this? Tell us in Chewies. Yes, like a 30-pound bag. If you're able to compare.
30-pound bag would be, depending on what flavor you get and what kind it is, it would be about $60 to $70.
30-pound bag.
Yeah, and then so the raw blend is going to cost a little bit more. That's going to be more like $75 to $80.
Okay, thank you. So the 30-pound bag for Stellas and Chewies, it's probably around $69, I think, is what it's saying. So depending on the type of a blend and type of a flavor and meat choice, but that is one bag of Stellas and Chewies. So as compared to Royal Canin, I think Stellas and Chewies is a little bit cheaper based on what I see it here. $69 for a 30-pound bag. That is a pretty good price, I think. Yeah. So as I said, we have priced it pretty competitively as compared to a lot of other stores, because we want clients to feed good food for their pets, and these are, believe me, very good foods. All right, thank you guys for all the questions, and we will see you next week. Have a great day. Thank you, and bye-bye.